All right. Hey, great Saturday. How's everybody doing? Hey, I'm in here just trying to make sure that we've got you guys set up. Listen, it is 11:30 Central right now. Not sure where you guys are logging in from, but I wanted just to come in and make sure that we were getting our 15 minutes to mastery. I've been out at the soccer fields this morning. It's freezing cold out here in San Antonio for whatever reason. Strange, but not uncommon during this time of the year that weather changes the way it does. But anyways, got a soccer tournament. Both of our younger boys playing, been playing this whole morning, and wanted to just come in and obviously talk to you guys about domination. It's always time to dominate. Saturdays, you guys know, we're talking about selling. Saturdays, we're talking about getting new business. And Saturdays, we're talking about how you should go out and help as many families as possible. CT Nabush Jr. wrote, Hope is not a business strategy. It's a book. It's a book called Hope is Not a Business Strategy. And sometimes we show up to the office hoping that we're going to have a great day. Sometimes we show up hoping that the customer is going to walk in, especially on weather like today, right? If depending on where you're at, you may be thinking to yourself, well, I hope that they show up. And hope is not what we should be after. We should be after making sure that things are happening. And the way that you make sure things are happening is all up to you, right? It's the work that you put in. It's the amount of time you put in, the preparation that you put in to be able to get things accomplished, get the appointments in that should be in each and every day, especially on a Saturday. And so, with that being said, I've been contemplating different things. And one of the things that I always try and put some time into is what causes hesitation? What causes us to hesitate to not go out and attack? Looking at these games going on, and sometimes you see some kids that are hesitating, not on the offensive. And it's the same thing in business, same thing in sales. Why would we not be attacking every day? Making our calls, posting our ads, setting up appointments, ensuring that we are going to have the best opportunity to help as many people as possible. You have so much control over the amount of success that you have on a Saturday or any day of the week. You have the control over what is or is not going to happen. But sometimes we like to leave it to hope. Sometimes we're, like I said at the beginning, we're hoping that people are going to show up. We're hoping that they're going to actually come in with the paperwork that you need, pay stubs, W-2s, all these things. We're hoping they're going to come in ready to buy. And all of those things you have control over from the moment that you first speak to these folks before they even come in the door. So rather than hoping, why aren't we dominating? Why aren't we on the offensive? Why aren't we making things happen so that when they do come in, you know for a fact that they know they're coming in not just to tour homes, they're coming in to actually see about buying a home. They're coming in to find out what is the best way that you can make it happen for them. You've got to be able to do this, and that's you taking control, because high performers, that's what high performers do. High performers are always making things happen. They're setting themselves up for success, and they're setting their buyers up for success. That's the other thing. Sometimes we hesitate. We think that, well, I don't want to say certain things. I don't want to seem pushy. I don't want to scare them, and they don't show up. But when you're talking to them on the phone for the first time, and you're working at setting up the appointment, when you can have that type of conversation, when you can make sure that they understand what it is that you're planning on doing, which is helping them find the right house. And when you let them know that they need to come in with pay stubs, they need to come in with tax returns, they need to come in right now with that W-2 for 2024, all of the things that sometimes you may say, well, they may feel pressured and they're not going to show up. You see, when you operate in this manner, you're not only setting yourself up for success, but you're setting up that buyer for success. You're helping them accomplish what they're after. And you're setting the tone. They're already coming in understanding that they're looking at possibly finding the right home with you. So you've got to make sure that you've got them and yourself set up for success. And that's the difference between a high performer and anyone else. You know what you're there for today. You know what it is that you're after. And so do they. And when you can operate in this manner, folks, you're going to be so much better off. You're going to help so many more people. and you're going to be so much more effective and efficient with your time. And that's the other thing, right? Sometimes folks like to say, well, I just don't want to be, I don't want to be putting out ads and then spending my time with folks that can't even buy. Well, when you're hoping that things are going to work out, well, at that point, you're really wasting time. You're being ineffective. So what is the best way that you can make this happen? Look, first and foremost, we're going to run down the top 5 things that you can do to make sure you're dominating, not just on Saturdays, but every single day of the week. Okay. So first of all, the first thing you need to make sure that you dominate is you need to have a plan. You need to know what it is that you're after. You need to know what you're accomplishing. Today, is the 15th of February. So how many deals do you have so far for the month? How many deals do you have for this week? So what is your goal for this week? Yeah, and knowing that and knowing where you're standing with regards to your goals is the starting point to have an honest assessment of your effectiveness or lack thereof of this week, right? Because that's going to help you to make sure that you're coming in and doing the right things. Now, the next thing you need to have besides the right plan is you also need to have a plan for those people that are coming in. When you have those appointments set, right? You should know already what home they were calling in on. You should know, and you're from the conversations that you've had, you should know what kind of opportunities you have to be able to help them. You should know maybe some barriers that they've got right now that need to be overcome so that you can be prepared for those things, right? So we're talking about having a plan. We're talking about knowing what the situation is. And at the same time, now we're talking about the next thing that you need to have in order to dominate, which is you need to have the skills. So that is the work that you put in on your own. Too many times folks seem to think that, the practice and the training should be done at the office. And obviously, yes, you should have training as a team, but you need to be putting your own time in and increasing your skills. You should be increasing the effectiveness of your product knowledge and things of that nature. But that comes from the time that you put in on your own. Same thing with my boys here. The only way they're going to continue to get better is by them practicing on their own, not just the couple of days that they show up to practice here with the team. So we know what the plan we're after. We know what opportunities lie. We know that we've got the skills to be able to make things happen, right? And so from there, the next thing that you need to have in order to dominate every single day is the confidence, because you've got the skills, you're going to have the confidence. And if you don't have the confidence, what is it that you don't have confidence in? What is it that you hesitate with? What is causing you to not believe in yourself or in the product or in the company? You need to get that figured out so that you're not letting that stand in your way. Because when you have those 4 things in place, the last thing and the most important thing is the belief in yourself. You've got to have that belief in order to make things happen. So, as you go about today, as you go along today, the rest of today and the Selling Saturday, I hope you've had a great morning so far, and I hope that the rest of the day turns out to be a great one for you. But you've got to have that belief, and you've got to have everything else that we just talked about in order to dominate, not just on Saturdays, but every single day. Guys, look, we want to see each and every one of you succeed at a high level. People need you succeeding at a high level. And it takes you believing, and it takes you putting in that work. So go on out there this Saturday, make some great things happen. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And remember that we're always here to help. Hey, by the way, I wanted to let you know, okay? Next week, we're going to be in Chicago. We're going to be in Chicago for a couple of days doing training out there. So if you're in the Chicago area, please reach out to us. Let us know. We'd love to meet with you and your team while we're there. All right. And we've got some special treats coming for you guys at the end of this month. So you guys have a great day. Be safe. And we will be talking to you very, very soon. All right. Goal scored. Talk to y'all later. As always, can't wait to meet you.